Welcome to A Priceless Perspective. I am your hostess, Dr. Nicole Steele, the Confidence Coach. And I am thrilled today to have as one of my guests what I call a brother from another mother. I have had the pleasure of knowing this gentleman both personally and professionally for over a decade. He is a premier stylist here in Atlanta, Georgia, with decades of experience helping his clients look magnificent. He has traveled abroad as an international salon educator. He is a Mazzani ambassador and was part of the BET College Tour. He's been featured in several publications, including Upscale Magazine, Essence Magazine, and Salons Unlimited magazine. And he was even highlighted as one of the top educators to watch in the Behind the Chair magazine. He's also been featured on television programs, including Atlanta and Company here in the Metro ATL. So I'd like to have our Priceless Perspective family join me in welcoming my brother, Mr. Virgil McDaniel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for having me. And thank you to your audience for listening.
Yes. So at the time, I'm not sure when our listeners are going to be tuning into this podcast, but now during this taping, we are in the middle of a global pandemic. We're here in 2020 in the middle of COVID-19. And here in our nation and around the world, we are on a stay-at-home order, which is causing a major problem for folks because people like you are at home too. We cannot runs into the barbershops and get the hair done. And so I've seen the memes, I've heard the struggle. I've gotten the phone calls from parents saying, what am I supposed to do with my child? In fact, my family and I are doing a time capsule. And one of the things that I put in the time capsule, there was a question that said, what's the first 3 things you want to do after this is over? And I got to get the nails done. And I got
Yes, ma'am.
that was number 1. So I thought it was fitting for us to have you as a guest because I know a lot of our listeners are like many are at home and they are really struggling during this time. They don't have the convenience of coming and having people like you make them look and feel good. And so I wanted to have this time for you to share your expertise. But before we do, I want you to share how long you've been in this field. I know the story, but I want you to share with our listeners how long you've been in the field and what led you to this passion and profession.
Okay, good deal. So I've been a licensed cosmetologist now for 30 years.
Wow.
Okay, so I got my license when I was 20 years old. I started working in the salon when I was about 14 or 15. So my family owned the salon, so I got into the family business. My sister actually brought me into the salon business. Wow. And what happened to me, I got an opportunity to meet Paul Mitchell when I was 15 years old. I was 15, and he was doing a small class in Atlanta. He had just started his product, him and a guy named John Paul. Okay, so John Paul is the guy you see with the beard. That's John Paul. Paul Mitchell passed away quite a few years back. And he was like a rock star to me, and it was a small class, maybe 20 people in the class. And I was sitting on the front row and I said to myself, I want to be just like that guy. So that's what sparked the passion in me for education in reference to being a hairstylist. And it sparked the passion for me to just wanting to create healthy hair for people and to enrich people's lives with healthy hair. But that's what started me. That's what started on my journey, because I was kind of, in and out. I was playing football at that time. I wanted to go to the NFL and that type of thing. And, so seeing Paul Mitchell, though, that sparked something in me. So, that took me all the way through when I graduated from high school and I went off to college and did the college for a couple of years and I went into cosmetology school and the rest is history.
Wow. Well, I am grateful that you're definitely gifted. As I I like my people know. Anytime I have any stage to grace or any red carpet to go to, any special occasion, just for the birthday, anything, you are my go-to. I got
Oh
you
yeah.
feed down, and you are truly gifted and blessed in what you
Thank
do.
you.
It's great to hear. And I think it's important for people to understand the importance of what we call real models, not just
Yeah,
role models. You could have been looking
absolutely.
at magazines, but it was that encounter with
Was
Paul
that an encounter?
that changed the trajectory of your
Yeah.
life. And so we have the opportunity to look for those and to be that person for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think about
Absolutely.
you and all of the classrooms, all of the people who have sat at your feet over these
Yeah.
3 decades. I know
Mm-hmm.
you've worked with Mazzani, you've worked with other fabulous companies over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and you have gone internationally teaching people
Yes.
techniques on healthy hair. So who
Mm-hmm.
knows, 10, 20, 30 years from now, we may be talking to somebody who said, I was sitting in the front row and Virgil McDaniel was teaching.
Absolutely. I hope
And
so.
he
And
changed my life. That is beautiful. So I know, as you said, one of your passions is healthy hair.
correct.
So now that people have all of this time on their hands at home, how
Mm-hmm.
can people maintain healthy hair at home?
Mm-hmm.
Can't get to the salon, or even when the salons open up in between
Mm-hmm.
salon appointments. What are some basic tips that you
Mm-hmm.
give to listeners in maintaining healthy hair?
Okay, that's good. And let me say this: healthy hair is the easiest thing in the world to obtain. We make
What?
it more difficult than what it is. Okay,
Okay.
there's a lot of information out there, and sometimes, especially in the hair game, we get to be on information overload. Okay,
Mhm.
so I tell you, there are a couple of quick, easy tips to guarantee healthy hair. Right,
Okay.
and number one is to simply shampoo the hair.
Okay.
Right, simple enough. You have to shampoo it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think about the word shampoo. It's called shampoo. Okay. So if you think about it, you got to get the sham out so that you can put the poo in. Okay. So
Oh.
shampoo is the basic cleanser.
Okay.
So I'm asking that because a lot of people really aren't shampooing their hair today, or they're doing stuff like cold washes and that type of thing, which are all great.
Mm-hmm.
They have their plate. But step number one is to creating healthy hair is you got to get the sham out so that you can get the poo in. So the
Oh,
first step is shampoo.
okay. All right.
Hmm.
All
And
right.
so ask me, so with Virgil, well, how often should I shampoo the hair? Okay.
That's a good
So
question.
in the classroom, I say this. I say, well, how often do you wash your skin?
Mm.
Ooh, that's the reaction I normally get. I normally get a ooh from people, right? It's as simple as that. So I ask the question. I say, so what's the difference between the skin on your arm, the skin on your neck, and the skin on your scalp?
Wow.
It's the same skin.
Wow.
Skin. Now, okay, of course, we know. So somebody would say, well, Virgil, are you saying I should shampoo my hair every day? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but the key is you have to shampoo it. That's step number one. So when
Okay.
people ask, well, Virgil, be specific. How often should I shampoo my hair? And I say, well, once a week for some people, every other week. You know what I mean? Some
Mm-hmm.
people go every 3 weeks. So, but whatever your routine is, get a routine, stick to it. But step number one is shampoo it. You have
Okay.
to sham out with this dirt and whatnot so that you can get the poo in, which is
Gotcha.
condition, which is
Gotcha.
conditioner. So,
Okay.
so step number two is to
Mm-hmm.
condition the hair.
Okay.
Simple as that. Shampoo the hair, condition the hair. That's the foundation of healthy hair.
So I got a question about conditioning because I don't know where I learned this, and I don't even know if this is factual, but
Hmm.
someone told me that when it comes to conditioner, you should use cold water, not hot water. Is that right?
Okay, so that's a good question. So what they're saying is, so let's say after you shampoo the hair, two to
Mm-hmm.
three shampoos is what we recommend, and you towel
Okay.
block the hair and you go in with your conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
Always comb the conditioner through the hair. You're gonna let the conditioner sit for a set amount of time. We
Okay.
always say up to 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes is the minimum,
Mm-hmm.
5 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at least let the conditioner sit on your hair up to 5 minutes minimum to actually condition the hair. Right.
Okay.
So what they're saying is we're rinsing with cold water. So once you have let the hair condition, when you're rinsing the conditioner out of the hair, some
Mm-hmm.
people we call lukewarm water or like a cool rinse.
Okay.
Necessarily cold, but like a lukewarm or like a cool rinse. And what that does is that closes the cuticle of the hair,
Mm.
the conditioner in the hair,
Okay.
so that the hair will have more of a shine.
Ah. So
Mhm.
when you're doing the conditioner, because I know some
Yeah,
people have what we used to have growing up, the actual hair dryer that you could sit under, but a lot of people don't
absolutely.
do that. So if they're
Hmm.
home and they're conditioning their hair for that 5 to 20 minutes, are you,
Hmm.
do they put a shower cap on? Like how do
Hmm.
they ensure that that conditioner can get in and penetrate their hair?
Good. So the best thing to do is to use the hooded dryer,
Okay.
a shower cap, a plastic cap with the hooded dryer, because that is going to infuse the conditioner into the hair the quickest. Okay,
Okay.
so if you don't have a hooded dryer now they have plastic caps that are chemical caps. You can get
Mm-hmm.
those at the beauty supply stores, and you
Mm-hmm.
can use for to let the conditioner process as well. And another thing you can do is you can steam a towel.
Mm-hmm.
Steam a hot towel. Okay, so this is how, so if you're gonna do the steam towel, you're gonna need two plastic caps. So after you shampoo the hair, 2 or 3 shampoos, condition the hair, comb the conditioner through, put a plastic cap on the hair,
Mm-hmm.
steam a towel,
Okay.
wrap the steam towel around the hair, and then put another plastic cap over the steam towel, and let that sit.
Okay.
That
All
that is
right.
that's the makeshift steam treatment
I love it. I love it. So shampoo and conditioner, that is basic, but it's not.
foundation.
We got to get back to the basics because some people
Absolutely.
are not doing that. So when it comes to the products, because
Hmm.
I tell you, especially if you go to a beauty supply, I mean, even if you go to the local grocery store,
Yeah.
choices are overwhelming. And I know
Hmm.
it's not a one size fits all because it depends on if your hair is thick, if it's natural, if it's coarse, if it's curly. It's so many things. But what are some essential ingredients that people can look for regardless of what products? Or maybe you have products that you recommend that work well. What
Hmm.
what would you say in terms of product selection for people who are having to do it at home in between the time they can get back to your salon?
Okay, so with products, that's a good question. That's a really broad question, right? And then, because I come out of that world, so I have a lot of just information flowing in my head about that. But the
Mm-hmm.
bottom line out is you want to choose a shampoo and conditioner now. The new thing is a sulfite-free shampoo and conditioner.
So
Okay,
okay.
free shampoo and conditioner. And let me explain what that is. There's a lot of misconceptions about that. That is a conditioner and shampoo with low detergent. That's it.
Okay.
It's low detergent. Okay, it still have cleaning formulas in it, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a lot of high risk detergent, if you will. Okay, and what that does is they keep the cuticle of the hair in place as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay, choose something with sulfite free, which is the new greatest hot thing now, and it's the easiest shampoo and conditioner to use at home because it's not going to dry the hair out. So it puts you in the safe zone, if you will. Okay,
Okay.
so choosing the shampoo and conditioner that's sulfite free, which is great,
Mm-hmm.
And you want to choose products that's high in moisture. You want to choose products with stuff like with ingredients like coconut oil, aloe vera, what is it? Aloe
Alligator.
vera gel,
Mm-hmm.
shea moistures, and that type of thing. I mean, we can go on and on with that. But you want to
Okay.
choose something that's number one, sulfite free.
Mm-hmm.
Two, something that's going to bring moisture and whatnot to the hair. Okay,
Okay.
and that's pretty much it. Now, in reference to products,
Mm-hmm.
products like Mazani, products like Design Essentials, products like a Firm, a Avalon. You have products like Miss Jessie, which is a good one. You have Shea Moisture, which is a great one. You have a Kara's Daughter, which is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Jane Carter, which is an excellent one. And all of these products, I've worked with them directly or indirectly, so I know exactly what's in them and how the products are made. And let me say this about products.
Mm-hmm.
The products that I mentioned are great products for a couple of reasons, but what the most important is they do a lot of research. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of new products on the market that are great products. I mean, people are coming up with products that are super duper great products, but they have limited research that goes into those products. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in other words, let's say if you're creating a product in Texas, but but someone in Michigan wants to use it, or someone in California wants to use it, or someone in Georgia wants to use it, and a lot of those products have not been tested in all of the markets in reference to climate,
Mm.
humidity. Like for instance, if you're working in California, you're basically doing hair in the desert, so you're
Wow.
going to need certain things for that. If you're in Georgia, you're dealing with humidity. You know, if you're in Michigan, you're almost in Canada, so you're dealing with 0 degrees, that type of thing. So you want to choose products that are tried and true because those products have the research behind them. Because this is what happens with products. It happens to me all the time. A client comes into the salon. I'm like, "Oh, what's going on with your hair?" I'm using a new product. What are you using? And they come, and what happens is a lot of products, when you first use them, it really feels good on the hair, but you got to look at over a period of time, right? So Rome wasn't built in a day. Healthy hair isn't built in a day. Healthy hair is something that you do repetitively over a period of time, and that's what creates the healthy hair. So you want to use products that are tried and true. I mean, you can try the new products, that's great, but you need to understand that a lot of the newer products, as great as they are, they don't have a lot of research goes into them. So you want to stick with something that's tried and true. That's my opinion on that.
Thank you very much. I think that's great. Now, sometimes when you go into, again, a beauty supply store, for instance,
Hmm.
with some of those products, those tried and true products that you mentioned, they will have everything from A to Z. They'll have the
Absolutely.
conditioner, they'll have the shampoo, they'll have the moisturizer, the hairspray, all of that
Hmm.
stuff. Do you recommend, or does it matter if people, do you recommend they use all of the same products under a certain brand, or is it okay to mix and match, or is it just kind of a case by case basis?
Well, that's yeah, it's a case by case basis. We teach systems. I've always taught people to use things in the system from A to Z because the shampoo is matching the conditioners, which is matching the leave-in conditioner, which matches with it, with this also matching the oil sheens and whatnot, right? So that's what you get in a system. You get,
Mm-hmm.
what's in the shampoo is in the conditioner, is in the leave-in conditioner. So now we know for a fact you're creating this foundation for healthy hair. Okay, but you
Okay.
can mix and match. Now let me say this too. Just based
Mm-hmm.
on that, they have charts out now, like natural hair charts. Have you seen those? Where they
No.
have like the 3C, the
Oh yeah,
4C, and
I have. Hmm.
now,
Yeah.
those are really good point of references because
Hmm.
what that does is, let's say if you have a 4C hair, which is really coily kind of hair, they would give you product, a product, what
Recommend.
am I trying to say? Yeah, subscription. I want to say subscription
Uh huh.
for each. hair types. Okay.
Okay.
So for instance, if you have really thick hair, you should use a moisturizing shampoo.
That's what we
Okay.
have over here.
Right. So with your shampoo, so let's say if you're looking at Mazani or if you're looking at Design Essential, you want to get just the basic moisturizing shampoo. Okay,
Okay.
all products have those, and it'll say something like conditioning shampoo or moisturizing shampoo. Okay,
Okay.
that's safe. Okay, so products will
Mhm.
also have stuff like a cleansing shampoo or
Right.
clarifying shampoo
Hmm.
or scalp shampoo. So that's totally different.
Okay.
Okay, so just on a daily, weekly basis,
Hmm.
just to maintain healthy hair, use uh, uh, a basic conditioning shampoo or moisturizing shampoo. If you
Okay.
have a scalp issue or
Hmm.
something like that, of course, you would use like a dandruff shampoo or a
Hmm.
cleansing shampoo. Okay,
I
right.
guess.
So that's how you do that. So if you got basic healthy hair, and if you're going to go into the store and if you're going to purchase a shampoo that says cleansing shampoo or scalp shampoo or something like that,
Hmm.
now you can throw the hair out of balance because you're giving the hair something that it may not need.
I
Okay.
see.
It's similar to taking cough medicines when you don't have a cough.
I see. Okay. That's
Right.
a good analogy. Okay, now I know a lot of people. I've seen posts with people over the last couple of weeks that say now is they're transitioning because they don't have a choice now. They're transitioning
Yes.
into the natural hair world, and I think
Mm-hmm.
there's a misconception. I think a lot of people. I think natural hair is wonderful. I tried to go natural because I
Mm-hmm.
under the impression that being natural would be easier to maintain. But I have very thick hair, very, very,
Yes.
very thick hair. And it was a struggle for a sister.
Yes.
Can you speak to those who desire to get off the creamy crack as
Mm-hmm.
they call it, and are looking to transition, but have struggles like I did, who are
Yeah.
like, I- you know, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not cute. It was not cute. And so what recommendations would you give? What things should people consider if they do want to transition from,
Mm-hmm.
the traditional perms and chemicals to natural?
Okay. And you actually said it.
Oh,
You said
okay.
it first of all. Natural hair isn't the easiest hair to deal with. Okay. So there's a couple of things we need to know just about our hair specifically. Okay. Our hair, for the most part, when I'm talking about African American women, when I'm talking about Hispanic women, I'm talking about mixed race people, our hair is naturally drier.
Mm,
Just from the womb, it's dry. Okay. And that's because, when the hair is curly, let's say if you got hair, your hair is touching your shoulder, and your hair is really thick and it's really coily or curly. Okay. So everybody's got natural oils growing from the scalp to the hair.
mm,
Okay. But if the hair is curly or coily, that oil doesn't get from the scalp all the way in through the ends of the hair.
okay.
That's basic science, hair science 101. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, we're dealing with a canvas that is naturally dry. Okay.
Okay.
So look at your skin. So let's say like, ashy skin, like if your skin is ashy, what
Mhm.
happens is the outer layer of skin has raised up. And we
Wow.
use lotions and whatnot to do what with that? To lay that down. Our
Mhm.
hair is the same. So when our hair if it's naturally dry, so it's like you can say like our hair is naturally ashy, if you will. Okay.
Wow.
So you don't have to use that. So that's just knowing that number one is the first thing. Because people tell me all the time, I transitioned because I wanted my hair to be healthier, but now, their hair may be dry or they may be experiencing what they call the fairy knots on the hair and so on and so forth. It's
Mhm.
because now our perception of hair has to be clarified, which is natural hair is naturally drier. Right.
Mm,
So I
okay.
it that way, that gives you a good foundation to build from.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Mhm. So like for instance, like back when everybody was wearing relaxers, I mean, we had people with healthy hair that had relaxers. Right?
Mm.
So it wasn't necessarily the relaxer that was doing the damage. Because I ask people when I'm doing classes, if you're frying chicken and if the chicken burned, who burnt the chicken? Did the fire burn the chicken? Did the grease burn the chicken? Did the cook burn the chicken?
Right, right,
Yeah,
right,
the cook burned the chicken. So
right.
relaxers the same way. So that were people that was applying it wrongly or whatever, 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 right?
Mm.
But going natural is a great thing, but you need to know that the hair is naturally drier, which means what? Which means that you're going to have to do more work to the hair to keep it healthy. Okay,
Mm.
so this is what I say about natural hair. Honestly, you should shampoo it probably a little more often than you would with the hair being relaxed. You
Mhm.
should condition the hair with the same intensity
Okay.
that if you have relaxed hair. And that's one of the biggest problems that I see. Okay, just to jump into that. One of the
Mhm.
biggest problems that I see with natural hair is people aren't conditioning their hair with the same intensity that they use when they had a relaxer.
I see. I see.
Right. So when you remember when people have relaxers, you relax your hair, you let the conditioner sit for a little while, and you
Mhm.
follow the ABC 1, 2, 3s. But with
Mhm.
natural hair, we're cold washing the hair, we're doing a lot of things. So we're making it's not ABC, it's AZMP. We're not doing it in sequence like that.
Right, right. I get
Uh,
it.
so
I
the key with natural hair is use a good moisturizing shampoo and conditioner, shampoo. Okay,
Mhm.
good moisturizing shampoo. You should probably, if you normally shampoo it once a week, which is 7 days, maybe you should go maybe like every 5 days. If you're used to doing it in 2 weeks, maybe you should shampoo your hair a week and a half. Because what's going to happen is you're going to need to bombard that hair with conditioners.
Okay.
And so the conditioners that you use for natural hair is you need to use moisturizer conditioners as well as protein conditioners. And that's
Mm.
another key places with natural hair because our thing is so we say, okay, Virgil, so you told me that natural hair is naturally dry, right? So that means I'm going to have to use a lot of moisturizer conditioner, right? Well, no, that's not right. Because let's give you the hair 101. So your listeners, I hope your listeners, you got your pen and paper out so you can write this down.
Right.
Hair is made up of basically two layers. It's 3 layers, but we just dealing with 2 layers. Okay, we
Mhm.
got the inner layer, which is the cortex. You have the outer layer, which is the cuticle. Okay,
Mhm.
inner layer makes up from 70 to 90% of the hair, and the outer layer is 20 to 10% of the hair. Okay,
Okay.
here the cortex is made up of a protein by called keratin. Okay,
Okay.
so it's made up of proteins and amino acids. The outer layer of hair is made up of basically moistures and oils. Okay, so
Okay.
when you're feeding hair, you feed the hair what's more dominant in it, which is protein.
Mhm.
So if you're only feeding the hair moisture, that means you're only feeding 20 to 10% of the hair,
Wow. Okay.
which in the beginning, it's going to make the hair feel really soft. But over a period of time, it can start breaking or getting dry and that type of thing.
Wow.
So that's the foundational thing. Okay. So foundation, we're dealing with natural hair. We're dealing with a moisturizer, conditioner, shampoo.
Mhm.
Dealing with conditioning the hair, you got to deal with protein conditioners and moisturizing conditioners.
I got to
Okay.
write that down myself. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good.
So a good way to do it is this. So let's say every 4 shampoos, I'm going to use the moisturizer. We're dealing with natural hair, right? So
Mhm.
every 4 shampoos, I'm dealing with a moisturizer shampoo and a moisturizer conditioner. So let's say on that 5th shampoo, I'm going to
Mhm.
use a moisturizer conditioner and I'm going to use a protein treatment.
So not the protein every wash, but every 4 or 5 washes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
Because
right.
protein is like real food and medicine for the hair. Okay. And if you're doing it too much, because then too, we're talking about suggestions for people to do at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you go in too much with protein at home and not really knowing, what's going on, you can break the hair as well that way. So a
Oh,
safe way to do it is, 4 shampoos, regular conditioning, moisturizer conditioning. On that
mm-hmm.
fifth shampoo, you're going to use the moisturizer conditioner, but you're going to use the protein conditioner. So when I say protein, so when you go in the store, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
see reconstructive conditioners. That's a
Mm-hmm.
protein conditioner.
Okay.
Some would say protein conditioners. They don't really say it as much anymore. So you would say like reconstructive. So anything reconstructive is going to be high in amino acids and high in protein. So reconstructive, that's food for the hair. That's your hair food.
Okay.
Okay. So moisturizer is say like, let's say like if you use Vaseline
Mm-hmm.
opposed to using lotion, that Vaseline is going to make that skin pop and shine, right? It's going to shine in everywhere. That's what moisture does. Okay.
Okay.
But it's only on the outer layer,
Right.
right? Protein gets on the inside. Protein is the real food. Protein is the substance.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that is a great lead in into another question. I remember my sister Felicia, she studied for a minute. She studied esthetician, she's a consultant and all that, but she went to cosmetology school and um, she talked about the importance of what we put in our physical bodies.
Oh, absolutely.
You talk about diet and health and things like what we drink and how it affects our hair as well.
Hmm. Yes, yes. That's a serious thing. Let me see, and I had this written down. One of the main things you can put into your body for healthy hair is to drink water, H2O.
All right.
Yeah, you got to get that H2O because here's the deal. So we say, Virgil, why you say H2O? So here's the deal. Hair crystallizes in the blood. And that's some chemical stuff or whatever. Hair crystallizes in the blood. Okay. So and water we know help cleanse the blood, does it not?
It
So
does.
if that water, you got to have that water flow going through so that crystallization of hair is going to be on point. So that's foundational. Okay.
Okay.
So now we also talk about fruits and vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
but let me throw this in also, because a lot of people now are going vegan and
Yeah.
vegetarian, which
Mm-hmm.
is a great thing. So let me just give you a salon story. Okay. So this was about probably around 2000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a client, man, she had really thick hair and what, it was a little on the dry side, but she was coming in, so we was keeping it together. Keeping it
Mm-hmm.
together, hair was doing well. Then all of a sudden, the hair started breaking off, just breaking. Like, oh God, what is wrong? I was asking, so are you taking medication? What's going on with you, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, what I found out was she had become a vegetarian.
Wow.
Okay, which is great. But what happened with that? Okay, so what that means she wasn't eating meat, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine. That's great. So I had to ask her. So, but we eat meat for what? Protein, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you replenishing the protein with the beans or something like that. And she said no, So
Ah.
she went to the doctor and the doctor confirmed what I was saying. So you got to get the right things in your body. So even if you're a vegetarian, you want to eat your beans and whatever it is going to give you a full nutritional thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but water is key. Water is definitely key. And the second key thing I wrote down here, in reference to the health, what you put into your body,
Mm-hmm.
you have to know you. Okay.
Okay.
That's a way to say that. You have to know yourself, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and, and a lot of us don't in reference to the body. So that means you need to take vitamins. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to drink water, number one, and you need
Mm-hmm.
to take some type of vitamin supplement, a hair, skin, and nail vitamin. Okay. There's a million of them on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever vitamin that you're comfortable with, whatever company that you use, just go with that company in reference to the hair, skin, and nail vitamin. So
Okay.
in reference to putting into your system, you got to drink the water
Mm-hmm.
and you supplement your body with some type of hair, skin, and nail vitamin. Okay. A lot
Okay.
of people, a lot of people use supplements like biotin.
Mm-hmm.
which is, you know, but a lot of the biotin supplements are really high in milligrams. You know,
Okay.
want to kind of watch that a little bit. Okay, you
Mhm.
want to watch some because I've seen this happen. Okay, so somebody started taking biotin and the hair's doing good. Ooh, Virgil, I'm taking biotin. My hair's doing good. Thank you for the recommendation.
Mhm.
But they take it. And after a couple of months, you're like, oh man, what's going on with your hair? What did what's going on? You still taking your biotin? I'm still taking them. Well, how many milligrams? It's 10,000 milligrams. Oh, that's too much. That's
I
too much.
see.
So this is how you do that. So when you use, because I'm saying it because a lot of people is using biotin.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're going to use biotin, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Do follow the instructions for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. After that, cut it back, cut drastically. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're taking a biotin that's 5,000, 10,000 milligrams for the first couple of weeks, no, get it in your body because the body needs it. Oh, the body loves it. Oh, thank you for the biotin. Thank you for the biotin. Thank you for the biotin. But after a while, after your body, because biotin, a lot of these things, they act like medicines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's in the system, cut back,
Okay.
cut back. Maybe take biotin once a week or something like that. So the key is in reference to nutrition, drink water. You got to get you some type of hair, skin, and nail vitamin, some type of supplement,
Mm-hmm.
and just with the biotin, which is a lot of people use that. Just kind of watch that, stack it, and whatnot. Just watch how you use it.
That's good. That's good. Ooh, this is good because I got some biotin down in my cabinet right now.
Everybody has it. Everybody has it. Everybody has it.
Everybody got some. Yes. So I got a couple other questions for you. I'm thinking, I tell you, my mother back in the day, she used to rock the wigs, big wigs, curly wig, all of it. And
Hmm.
they have come a long way. She looked cute back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the wigs and the weave game
Yeah.
today is at
Phenomenal.
a whole nother level. So I love it. I love how far they've come. And that has become a go-to for people,
Yes.
you know.
Hmm.
What would you say to people who are wearing wigs but
Hmm.
neglecting the real hair on their head? I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
know about convenience. I'm the first one to tell you a sister loves convenience.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
what do you do to make sure that you are still maintaining
Hmm.
actual natural hair, although you're wearing wigs or weaves?
For sure. Let me say this: convenience is a powerful thing. Okay, so that is what it is. I get
Mm-hmm.
that. And like you said, I want to speak to this as well. Because you can get a nice wig today for $35, $40. Back when
Yes.
you were spending $100 for a nice wig, right?
Easy.
So that's
Yeah.
that's. But the key is, and when you was asking me the question, I was thinking about this old thing that we used to say back in the day when I first started, right? Healthy hair begins with a healthy scalp.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
healthy hair begins with a healthy scalp. So again, you're going back to what? Shampoo, conditioners, and whatnot. Okay, so you
Okay.
can't neglect the foundations no matter what you're doing. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. So let's say I got a client named Miss Susan. Miss Susan, she call her wigs her hat. She call them her girls. I'm rocking my girl, right? She's rocking a girl. She's rocking a girl. She's rocking a girl. But if you're neglecting your hair, what happens is that this is what's going to happen. You're going to be wearing those girls for the rest of your life because your hair is going to be gone. Bye bye.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
just, and I've seen it. Let me tell you something. Now, I got a little experience here now. So I have
Mhm.
seen it with my own eyes. If you do not take it, so it's like this. Let me say it like this. Let me say it like this. Okay. So let's say I got on a shirt now, right? It's a black shirt. So let's say if I didn't take this shirt off for a month
Ah, woo.
under my shirt. Well, let's say it like this. I play sports and whatnot. I broke a couple of bones, which is what got me in the salon. I say I'm not going to the NFL. Maybe I need to try something different. But once you get that cast on your arm, right, and you wear that cast for a couple of months, and you take it off, your skin is different, is it not?
It is. Yeah.
Hair and your scalp is the same way. It's the same way. So you have to take care of your hair under your wigs. Well, what are you wearing? Wigs, braids, extensions, and whatnot. You have to take care of your hair. And let me say this too, because we call wigs and weaves and braids and stuff today, we call them protective styles.
I've heard
Have you heard
that.
that?
Mhm.
Yeah, we call them protective styles. But this is what I tell clients. So let's say if you have braids in your hair, and let's say if you worn those braids for 4 months straight, okay? So let me tell you something now. That braid is no longer protecting your hair,
Uh,
okay? Now some reverse things will start to happen. We need to
okay.
think about it like that. That's why I tell my students when I'm teaching classes, if I didn't take this shirt off in a month, right, it's gonna be some things going on up under there, right? That's
Mhm.
just so hair is the same way. You don't
Mhm.
get from the foundation. So I started this interview saying, listen, healthy hair is the easiest thing ever to take care of if
Mhm.
you stick to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
A lot of times it's like this. It's like someone trying to build a house, just knowing that times table.
Mhm.
Okay. You're gonna build a house, you got the geometry, you got to build on it. But so you got to stick with the foundation and you build A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. You don't go from A to Z, then go back to M and then go to O,
Mhm. Mhm.
Y, and it doesn't work like this. Because hair is a science. I had a term. I know I'm going on and on, but I didn't forget the question.
Okay.
I had a term back in the day. I said unlocking the science of hair, right?
Mhm.
And why'd you come up with that? I said, well, because hair there's a science to it,
Right.
and this science is ABC 1, 2, 3. You can't mix the formulas. You're gonna blow something up. Okay,
Mhm.
just knowing that hair is shampoo, conditioner, treatment with oils and stuff. We didn't talk about oils and whatnot, but that's the key. So even when you're dealing with protective styles,
Mhm.
you're great because convenience is everything.
Yes.
Still take care of your hair. Like I have clients who come to me, they wear wigs and whatnot, which is cool, but they come just to get a haircut and a treatment. You
Mhm.
know, you can do that yourself at home. So if you're wearing a wig, still shampoo, still get yourself on a regimen. Okay, and let me
Mhm.
say this too. I believe in regimens. Okay, now there's certain cultures. All
Mhm.
right, there's
Mhm.
certain cultures. You have daughters, okay? So
Yeah.
there's certain. Let's say if you started shampooing Victoria's hair on a Wednesday,
Mhm.
Victoria was hair on a Wednesday for the rest of her life. Okay, so
Mm.
what's the point of that? Because it creates a regimen for your hair. When we talk about I learned a lot about hair from people from India, from East Indian cultures,
Mhm.
and those East Indian girls, they have the greatest hair ever. They must be good genetics. No, they shan't. Everything they do is regimented. If
Wow.
I shampoo my hair on Monday, if my mama shampoo my hair on Monday, I shampoo my hair on Monday for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
my mom, right? So you have to look at it from that perspective. I tell people this, and let me say this too, and I don't want to get off topic. Even with natural hair, put yourself on a regimen. I know it's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot. You got this hairs everywhere. But you have to be regimented with it, just like you regimented with taking a shower.
Yes. Hopefully these listeners are taking showers.
But we're quarantined now, though, so I don't know.
They better be.
That's the
I,
thing. So even with wigs and whatnot, and braids or extensions or whatever, those are great. But take care of your hair because I have seen people lose it. And let me say this: once you lose those follicles in your hair, it's hard to get the follicles back.
okay.
And you can use the follicles a lot of different ways, right? So a lot of our people, we're taking medication and so
Mhm.
on and so forth. And we understand all of that goes to your hair follicles. It's just like you can do a drug test by taking out your hair follicles, can you not?
Yes, you can.
Everything goes to the hair. Worry goes to the hair, stress, all of that stuff in your body. That's why people, when they're going through stuff, they get what they call stress spots in the hair. Have you heard that term before?
Yes, I have. Yes. I've seen them too.
Everything goes to the hair,
Mhm.
so we take care of it. That's why, I think, hair, and then with our hair is so magnificent,
Yes, it
you
is.
know. You can we call curl and textured hair. We call it art because you can actually build it up. I've
Mhm.
seen people make hair stand straight up in the air, like at hair shows and stuff like that. Put a
Mhm.
helicopter on top of it and make it spin. You can do anything with our hair,
Mhm.
as long as you're sticking to the basics.
I love.
Shampooing it, condition it, in some type of regimen, some type of format, get some type of regimen going for yourself.
I love that. I love that. And that's great for the listeners who are tuned in who have children. You
Oh,
know,
for sure.
I love the story you shared about, just even what we're to teach our children and to set them up so that they can have a lifetime of healthy hair. Our
Yeah.
children are watching us and they're picking up our habits, be it good habits or bad habits. And so
Yes,
no
they
matter
are.
what texture a child has, some people are under the impression that I hate the term good hair and
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
To me, the
You know,
most
it's crazy.
thing in all
Yeah.
the. But no matter what kind of hair texture a child has, we have to teach them to embrace it, to love it, and
Hmm.
take care of it. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think teaching them a regimen even at a young age is the way.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So in closing, I know that you have two areas of specialty. I know
Hmm.
you're working on a system for
Yes.
multicultural communities for people who,
Hmm.
struggling to find the right product and the right system to maintain their hair. But you're also
Yes.
very gifted with the short hair. And I love
Hmm.
that because I have the pleasure of doing life with your wife, Audra
Yeah.
Mack. And there is not a time that we are out in public where we don't get stopped and people are
Hmm.
asking her and complimenting her hair. She's got a short,
Yeah.
always on point. And I tell her, you got to keep Virgil's cards on you because talking billboard, not that that's, what her purpose is, but I'm telling
Yeah.
you, so many compliments and people are in awe. So when it comes to multiracial or multicultural people and systems, as well as those who maybe they don't have short hair, but maybe
Hmm.
quarantine is having them thinking like this might be a good time to do something different. Might What would you say to them? Because I had
Hmm.
short hair one time. You didn't know me that back then, but I had short hair, and you got to maintain that too.
You do.
You got to maintain
Yep.
short.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to
yeah.
maintain short hair. Absolutely. Short hair was like my first love. I learned how to cut. I cut my first haircut when I was 15 years old, right?
Wow.
So short hair is kind of like I learned to do it first. It was kind of my love. So I got into uh, when I got into healthy hair, they brought me into all hair, long hair, and everything, right? Well, short hair was my first love. The key to short hair is if you got a good cut, it's easier to maintain. Okay.
Exactly.
So what I do in the salon, what I teach my students is cut the hair, even when you're cutting it short, so that the person can manage the hair at home. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me give you a perfect example of that. Do you remember, maybe aging myself, you remember the movie Boomerang with Halle Berry? When
Yes.
Halle Berry, the bob cut, that's
Yeah.
like the perfect cut because it's easy to maintain. And that cut is coming back in now,
I
by the way.
love.
It's coming back
I
in.
love
And
it.
I kind of get you shortcuts now because of the natural movement. So a lot of people, natural hair, the hair is long, and all of a sudden people want to cut it. Well, first I want to cut it off. So I've been cutting. So I've been reworking my system for short hair.
I
Okay,
love.
and now the person, they cut the hair short, and they was like, well, let me put a little relax in it. Can I wear some spikies? So it's
Mhm.
I kind of had to, brush off my hair cutting skills, if you will. But cutting was the first step. But I cut hair so that the person can do the hair at home. That's the key, right? Because I can do it, but I can do anything when it comes to hair. But you have to be able to do it at home. So, like I said, now I'm kind of coming up with a new system of cutting hair so that you can cut it at home, and also so that the person can also uh, replicate the cut at home if they chose to. If they couldn't get in the salon, I could tell them, well, you go A, B, and C, D, 1, 2, 3. So that's what's going on with hair.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it. And then what about our for our multiracial, multicultural sisters out there?
Yeah, that is really something because for the past maybe 5 years I've been in that world, multicultural hair world. And then from doing hair shows and whatnot, that was my lane. That's what I did. When I realized, I just give you a short story. I had a client. I was in Oklahoma a couple years back, doing a hair show. Young girl, maybe 14 years old. She had hair. She was literally sitting on her hair. Okay,
Wow.
I blow the hair. She was sitting on her hair. So, but her mother was a Caucasian woman. Her mother was saying, "My daughter hates her hair. She cries. She don't know what to do with it." When I got through with the hair, that woman called me every week for a month, thanking me what I did to her hair. Okay,
Wow.
so the key is you have this hair that can do anything. That hair may be extremely curly, it may be curly, and you need to know what products to use on it, what products not to use on it, and that type of thing. So that's why I've been creating a system for them. A lot of people with multicultural hair, multi-texture hair, they are afraid of moisturizers and oils. But moisturizers and oils are their friends, because a lot of these people are coming from two cultures. So you have one culture, you're trying to get the oil out of your hair. And you have one culture, you need to bring the oil into the hair, right? So you got both on your head. So you have to find the right combination for that. So I've been working on that big time for the last 5 years. And I'm about to roll out some good things about that. But yeah, racial hair. The key to it is to understand that there's two people inside of me, and my hair reflects that. Okay, so I definitely need to understand that the part of my hair that's curly and coily, which is going to be the predominant part of that hair, you need to fill the hair with moisturizers and oils and whatnot. So you got to take care of that hair, just like you got to take care of that hair almost one-sided. Okay, you got two grandmamas, you got to take care of the hair based on which grandmama the hair looks like. If you understand what I'm saying.
That's good.
So if you curls and coils in the hair, you're going to need to use oil treatments and moisturizer treatment. That is going to be your world.
I love it. I love it. That is good. That is good. I am excited about all of the things that you are in the lab working on. So, as we close, can you share with our listeners how they can connect with you, how they can follow you, how they can book appointments, those that are here in the Metro Atlanta area? But I know it's not just about being here in Metro Atlanta. I know that you have people that you're impacting all over this nation and world. So, how can people connect with you? How can they more as you roll out these systems that you're talking about and that you're working on? Share that.
Okay. Yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at V Hair 7. That's V as in Virgil, V Hair 7. And on Facebook, you can find me on the Virgil McDaniel. And my website is virgilmcdaniel.com. And my phone number is 404-604-9836. That's 404-604-9836. But follow me on Instagram because I'm unleashing a lot of what I'm working on now, specifically from my Instagram account.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I am so excited. We're going to have you back. I know we're not going to be in this quarantine forever. Praise God. We're going to be here forever.
Hope not.
No, that's not the game plan. But you have provided some rich information for our listeners that'll go well beyond this time that we're on lockdown. This is life-changing content. So I thank you, and you have an open invitation to come back as you roll out those products and systems. And for those that are listening, he has been my personal stylist for years. And so again, if you are in the Metro Atlanta area, or perhaps you're somewhere else in the country and you're looking to shadow or to maybe have him come and to teach your staff in your salon, the people who work with you, whatever. He is a brilliant brother. And so I thank you, Virgil. Do you have any
Thank you.
comments for our listeners as we conclude?
Okay, I just want to thank you first of all for having me on the show. Man, I've enjoyed it. The time flew by, right?
Yeah.
Some of the things I had, time flew by. I want to thank your listeners for listening. And listen, the foundation to hair is what? Shampooing it, conditioning it, get on the regimen. That's one of the takeaways I want people to take. Even when you're dealing with your daughters, it's magic about having that daughter sitting in between your legs and you're combing their hair out and you're putting rhythm in their ear. So that's kind of old school with it. But create a regimen for yourself, create a regimen for your children so that they can keep that going on and on and on, and they can teach it to their children. And I'm going to close with this. I've been watching Madam C.J. Walker's a Netflix special. Okay, she's one of my heroes, and her whole thing was this: you got to shampoo the hair, you got to condition the hair, you got to use the right type of oils and whatnot for the scalp. That was the bottom line for her whole thing. And she created an industry for me, for people like me that's here to this day with the basic foundations. Stick with the foundations, create a routine, a regimented routine for yourself. Because to me, hair care is self-care. Okay. So taking care of your hair, you're taking care of yourself. And we definitely want to pass that down to our children. Right. And I think that's kind of that's my Madam C.J. Walker message. Okay.
I love it.
Care is self-care. Create a regimen, a foundation regimen for yourself, and teach that to your children so that this legacy can go on and on and on.
I love it. So you all heard it here on A Priceless Perspective. There is no excuse. Just because you're at home does not mean that you can't do these things that Mr. Virgil McDaniel has shared with you. You can start this right now. Some of you have been crying about not having time and not having the tools and the resources to take care of yourself. How about starting right here? Starting right here. You deserve it. Give yourself permission, carve out time. And for those of you that have little ones around you, begin to model that for them so that they develop these strong and healthy habits. So again, thank you, Virgil. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the listeners for tuning in to A Priceless Perspective. Again, I am Dr. Nicole Steele, the confidence coach, and we look forward to you joining us in a future broadcast. Have a good one.